Right guys, welcome back. Sorry for the delay again. I will start to get more consistent with the videos. Obviously drop me a like and subscribe on the videos just so I know that it's doing some good and you're taking some valuable information from my videos. But yeah, so today's video I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of why I entered this particular trade. I took 1.6% on it on 2 trades. But yeah, and why I exited the trade, which is more the fact, which is more important than entering most of the time. So yeah, so keep following. Right guys, welcome back. So like I said, I'm just going to show you why I entered this trade and why I exited mainly. Yes, it looks messy, but it all makes sense. So these are the trades. I did actually, just quickly before we crack on, I did actually have 2 trades on. I FOMO'd in a little bit and then I realised, you know, it wasn't the worst place to get in. So I left it on and then I just closed one of them trades for 0.7% profit. I risked 1% on both and then I took 1% profit off the other. So I banked 1.6% today. My target was a lot lower. So my target was actually down to this imbalance, and obviously I should have left it, should have, would have, could have, but I'll tell you why I exited. And I'm quite glad that I did exit, because if this shot up, say it went to there and then it started to move up, then I'd be glad that I took the money. So you've just got to be glad to take blue, whether it's a little bit of blue, a lot of blue. You've just got to be glad to take a blue, and a blue is not a loss. So, and we like blue. So right guys, so you got to look at the bigger picture. I won't make this video too long. So the daily, let's have a look at the daily. So obviously daily is basically sells at the minute. You can see we're in a big sell range at the minute. We've took the low, and I actually think we might take this low, because we've got we might make that as inducement, because on nearly every time frame you have that false buy or false sell, which is liquidity. They create liquidity that is above them areas or below them areas, as another area to take money basically. So I reckon it might take this, I don't know why I'm pointing because you can't see, but where the cursor is, I reckon we might take that low and then wick up a bit. But we have took a trend line out, we have took a daily trend line out, hence why I've still got buys in my head a bit depending on the lower time confirmation, and we've got a 3 touch trend line there that needs taken out. As you can see, 1 touch here, 2 touch there, 3 touch, and then we took it out. So we've got 1 touch there, 2 touch, 3 touch, and then I'm hoping we tap into this area and take it out if my lower time confirmation shows me that I can enter for a buy. So right, anyway, enough of me waffling. Ignore the rest of the stuff as well. I was doing some back testing over the weekend. So right, so 4 hour basically. So these grey areas are your 4 hour swings. So your swing is basically where it's trending and then it reverses trend into discount area and then it starts to swing again. So we've got 1 swing here, 2 swing, 3 swing, a slightly bigger swing. But as you can see, we've tapped in to the discount and we've tapped into some sort of imbalance or order block there. But you don't need to look at that so much, because obviously we're day traders, so we're in and out. So and this is the 4 hour chart. So this is the latest swing. So I marked the latest swing. Yes, we've not got into the discount area, so almost why am I selling? But my lower time confirmation had shifted. So I'm assuming that this area here, where you see there, is going to be inducement. So early sellers. So that thinking it's going to sell off massively. It might do, you know, the market can do whatever it wants to. The market goes crazy sometimes. No one fully understands it. So anyway, guys, so yeah. So, excuse me. That's me trading mate ringing me. But yeah, so this is the latest swing, guys. So this is why I want to buy into this discount area. So this whole area, that whole yellow box, is my discount area that I want to buy into, and obviously we'd like to take this trend line out. So what I'm thinking, and if I'm talking a bit too fast, let me know. I just don't want the videos too long because I seem to waffle on a bit. I'm hoping down here to some imbalance or demand, extreme demand, and then we'll take out this trend line, and then we might start making lower lows, potential. But like I say, we're day traders, so we don't want massive moves necessarily. We're not swing traders. We do try and go with the swing flow of things. But anyway, yeah, so this is an area I was looking for sells, but it didn't make that. So if I drop to the 15 minute, and on the 15 minute, obviously we know that we're retracing back now. If I put this a bit bigger, so this area here where these 4 dots are, that's your latest swing. So that's the lowest that broke the low, and then it retraced back into 50%. Yes, it didn't break any highs, but we've got this wicky area that we actually liquidated. So that's one swing. Then we've got this next swing there, which that's the high. So that's the high that broke this low, and that's the lowest point, because then it started to retrace over these, liquidating these points, but it never broke below this low, which means this area, let me get the 4 dots, so that area becomes the new swing, because we took the high that broke the low, we took that high out, and then we've retraced into discount, and we've not broke the bottom, we've not broke the low. So then we've got, so from this low point here, which we actually tapped into some extreme imbalance, and it was another touch on the trend line for the retail traders, excuse me. Yeah, so obviously the level that broke this high was this major one. Yes, some of you might say that, and it was that, but we didn't actually break any. Yes, we took a little bit of liquidity, but we didn't break any lows. So what I was looking for then was, I'm assuming this is inducement now, so early sellers, and I've got areas of imbalance below and trend lines below. So what I was then looking for was simple. Let me get a bit closer. So right, that is the high there. That high got took. So that was a buy boss effectively, but then in the same sweep of things, pun intended, we swept the low. So then it becomes a sell boss. So that's the buy that took the sell orders out. Yes, it tapped into imbalance, so we've got to be careful. But the thing that did it for me now, otherwise I wouldn't, if that happened there, I reckon that it would be liquidating and then shooting up. But because the second break happened, so the first one, for all you choc lovers, you change of character lovers, and myself included, I can't find choc on here apparently, so we'll just jot a CH on. So that's your choc, that's your change of chonch, that's a new one. So that's your choc, which sometimes converts into liquidating and then it buys up. But because this second happened, this is your break of structure. This is the main one to look out for. And so I was interested at this point. I was interested. So when you look, so you got this point here, we broke the structure. Yes, we didn't tap into discount, but we have mitigated the final candle. So when you think about it, let me move this over. Right, so as big as that is the final candle before the sell-off. So that's your supply candle. That's been mitigated, and that actually broke this another line of structure. So then what we want to do, guys, soon as that breaks, that line of structure breaks, we want to get to the 1 minute. Let's zoom back in. Right, so guys, in fact I can't get replay mode on during this, so just ignore where it is. Let me move it out of the way so you can't look. Right, so this is this is the area that actually broke this. This is the second break of structure. And as you can see, price is relatively clean. Like, we keep mitigating, we take out lows, we then liquidate higher, then we start to make lower lows. But what I was interested in was, so this low got broke initially by this area here. So that got mitigated, that got mitigated, all gets mitigated. So this is the high. Oh no, 2 seconds. That is the high that broke the low, and then it reacts from there. So what I basically, well, you can see, I basically put it near the 50%. So, I mean, I know it's just there, but I basically set it there, over here. And yeah, and I covered what I covered, guys, because when you look up here, all this is clean price action. It's all been mitigated. So when I mean mitigated, I mean the imbalance has been took, the order block has been tapped into, and the orders have been pulled out. But I covered, so right here we've got an extreme supply block that that hasn't been mitigated. So I covered that just in case. But because this area had already broke a second level, so the 1 minute had then gone to break a second level, I wanted to get in. I didn't want to miss out, and I thought I've got to cover my back just in case it does liquidate everyone. All these highs here, just in case it liquidates them, taps into the very extreme, which would still mean I'm still in and I've still not lost any money. That's why I put it there. So let's get rid of this one now. So let's move it over, yeah. So this, as you can see, this one here, where the dot is here, that is I believe that's my first entry, which was over here, which was 50% of the second break. So yeah, there's the second break. So I entered at 50% of that, which is the discount zone, ready for a big sell-off. And I had a smaller stop loss on that. So it then went a bit higher, and we started to wick off this candle, which is the extreme of the previous area that broke the low. So I was actually, I actually jumped in there with a second entry, and still, and that's when I covered this high, looking at it and thinking, just in case. There is quite a slim chance, just because of how clean price has been. And when you look on the 15 minute, when I get to it, where are we? Yeah, it's really clean, but you've got this imbalance there. You have got imbalance below. So this wick here to these wicks here, you have got imbalance there. So anyway, that's how I got in. But I didn't want to target too much, guys, because obviously when you hit this grey area, this lighter grey area, sorry, that starts to be a buy zone. But so I didn't want to kind of get in too greedy. I didn't want to get too greedy, because this was before I managed to close this out before 8 AM. Like, more money in before 8 AM than I used to earn all day between like 6 PM. So I was fine with just taking it. My target originally was the imbalance here, which you can see this big imbalance block here, which I still believe we might tap into for New York Open. We might tap into that and either make higher highs from there, or we'll tap into the extreme demand. But anyway, get rid of that. So initially my target was into there to take out this trend line as well, but I didn't want to be too greedy, and I thought, you know what, let's just take a 1R, 1%, and I closed this one manually at 0.7. Sorry about that, guys, the camera battery's just decided to die. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, so I was aiming for this imbalance to take out the trend line out, basically, but so I decided to just, instead of being greedy, and we are in a buy area, I thought I'd just take a nice clean 1R, which is 1% on that, and then the second one was 0.7, and I closed it manually at 0.7. I closed it at the line, and I just left this one to run break even for 1R. and I took 1.6% after the spread and commissions and whatnot. So I'm happy with that before 8 a.m. Sorry, but yeah, and typically it's carried on sinking after. But I'm annoyed a little bit. You're always going to be annoyed a bit, but I'm happy that I took profit, and we're approaching in the next hour or so. We're approaching New York Open, so I'm going to have some lunch, come back up, and maybe get in buys on EU around the imbalance, or we might take the low out and tap into demand extreme. So yeah, so that's what it kind of looks like. That's what the 15-minute looks like, and obviously you only want to be buying in the discounty areas. Or sorry, not well. Some people say buy a premium demand discount, blah blah blah. But yeah, you only want to be. I spin it round where some people sell in demand, but I just class it all as discount because it's easier for my notes and that. But yeah, the top half or the bottom half of the 50% from the retracement, you want to be making your moves in, and or your targets too. So like I targeted for that first one manually. I took it out there because it was the 50%, and then the other one I just left to, because the other thing as well, guys, sorry to waffle on, but this is another reason why I was aiming for big sells, and annoyingly looking at this candle now, I should have bloody left it because I'd have made about 5% today. But I wanted to take out this wick here, which would be liquidated, that'd be the low liquidated, because there's no low that's been done there. So it's really annoying looking at this to see it sunk that much, but it is what it is. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please drop me a like and a comment just so I know like that you're enjoying the content, that it's helping you out, that you've took some guidance from this. And don't forget, we're looking at hopefully EU buys to go back on this trend line and break through this trend line the other way, and then take out this high trend line. But yeah, drop me a comment where you're coming from, how long you've been trading. You know, I'm interested to know who my followers are. So anyway, enough waffling. I'll catch you on the next one, and I will see you in a bit.